Writing content is simple, but not easy. In my experience with SEO and content marketing, having the ability to put out content at scale can have a huge impact on the amount of traffic you'll get. So how do you scale up this effort? Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm going to break down the cheapest way to write lots of content at scale. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you're on YouTube, click the alert notifications so that way you'll get notified when I release more videos like this. So the first thing you need to know is you need to create content clusters. You need to go in with the focus and make sure your content is well organized. A great example of this is the Beginner's Guide to SEO by Moz. It ranks #1 on Google for SEO, and it has an introduction to SEO, what it's about, and then they link to all the subsections of SEO, and those subsections rank decently well as well. And it's all because they're using content clusters. So instead of creating tons and tons of different articles on the same topic over and over, you want to create content clusters. Just like you know how Wikipedia won't have 20 articles on Abraham Lincoln, instead they just keep expanding that same one. You can have one article on your main topic and then all the subsections. Like, let's say if your article was on SEO, you can have another article on link building, another one on on-page SEO, another one on meta tags, right? You can even have another one on how to set up your sitemaps. That's an example of doing content clusters, and that works really well. That's what we do at our ad agency. And each month you can focus on new keywords and variations within your cluster. So what you want to do is use tools like Ubersuggest to find queries that your audience is asking about. When you go to the keyword ideas report within Ubersuggest, it'll show you all the comparison keywords, questions, prepositions, even the related and suggested keywords. This will give you ideas of new terms and sub pieces of content that you can end up creating. And make sure your content matches the intent of your audience. For example, I wouldn't just go write, let's say, a beginner's guide to SEO when my ideal customer is a large corporation that's advanced, already has an SEO department. I'll go into more technical specifics that they may run into, such as what do you do when you're changing your site redesign or launching a new redesign? That would be more of an example that my ideal customer may have an issue with. So remember intent. The last thing you want to do is just write content that's not related and is also very surface level. You want people who are very intent based, such as someone typing in SEO agency versus just typing in SEO. You also can outsource your content creation, at least one part of it. If your content is becoming too much to handle in-house, you can outsource it through writers and editors. You can find a ton of them through sites like TextBroker or jobs.problogger.net. That's a job board. It's my favorite place to find really good writers, and they're at a low budget as well. Now, when you're finding writers that you're interested in, make sure they send you samples, pay per word, and make sure you give them minimums and maximums and have them outlined before they start writing. That way you know what you're going to get. Now, if you can't outsource it all, you can at least outsource part of it, like the data, the statistics, the academic research. Like if you want to write it internally, you can say, hey, let me go pay someone to dig up all the data and all the information so I can include it in my blog post. And you can find those people the same place, jobs.problogger.net. The next thing you can do if you want to scale up fast is just use user-generated content. Ask people, right? Hey, do you want to write reviews? Do you want to write your experience? Do you want to guest post on our site? This works super well. My old blog, Kissmetrics, which is now part of the Neil Patel blog, we scaled up to over 1 million visitors a month, and we did this purely through guest posting, and we didn't pay authors to write for us. At the beginning, we may have had to pay a few of them, but over time, people just wrote for free, and we barely spent any money. Just hit up all the other people that blog on your competitors' websites from a guest post perspective, because you'll see guest authors on your competitor sites or other industry sites, and hit them up and ask if they want to blog on your site as well. It's a great way to get more content. You can also ask people like customers to release reviews, to rate your products. A good example of this is consulting.com by Sam Evans. He has thousands, I kid you not, thousands of positive video reviews from his customers that have bought his product, and it works so well. Just getting your community, your customers, your readers to create content for you. If you also want to scale up the next strategy for you, record yourself on video or voice and transcribe it into your text. Gary Vaynerchuk does this a lot, which he'll just record videos and sometimes take those videos, turn into audio, and sometimes his team will take the content in the videos, transcribe it, write it down, and then create a blog post from it. You're already recording content for a YouTube channel and social media, so might as well use that for text-based article as well. The average person speaks at somewhere between 125 to 150 words per minute. That's much faster than what you probably type at. So just keep in mind, if you can turn that content into text, because to get to a 1,000-word blog post, it doesn't take that long if you're speaking 150 words per minute. That's a lot of content. And you can have someone do it and transcribe it for you. You can also use sites like rev.com where they'll transcribe your video into text, and then you can have someone modify it. Even Google Docs has a voice typing feature, and I prefer it over writing. It's much quicker and it's much more efficient. The next thing you want to do when you're coming to scaling up your content production is use a content management platform. Sometimes a spreadsheet with all your content isn't enough. Using a content management software can be low budget, and collaborating with other people and team members makes it really simple. Some good examples of low content management softwares could be Monday.com, Sparrow.io, and Asana. These tools allow you to work with your team and post content across platforms. Now, the bonus tip for you guys is you can also use Trello. So when my team updates our content, because I only write 4 or 5 pieces of content a month, but I have a team of 3 that's updating 90 pieces a month, because we've noticed that we get more traffic gains updating our old content than writing new content. And sometimes when I write a post that's 3 years old, it's out of date and someone needs to update it, and I don't have the time to. So we use Trello to manage all that, and that also is a very efficient tool to speed up your content production. If you need help with your content marketing, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. If you enjoyed this video, like it, comment below, share it, tell other people about it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.